Ever felt the thrill of nailing a job interview only to be passed over anyway? Why do some job candidates make it so far into the process only to be denied at the last minute? Here are 8 reasons you weren't hired. If you're the first candidate at the start of a long hiring process, you might suffer. Even after an enthusiastic response during the interview, a fabulous new candidate can swoop in and steal the spotlight. To avoid being trapped in the first candidate's slot, do your best to schedule a later interview date. You'd think if a company went to the trouble of posting and interviewing for a position, they'd have already gotten the budget green light, right? Not so. Budgets can change during the hiring process, and when they do, it's job candidates who get the short end of the stick. If you're getting passed over, it could just be a bad quarter. Restructuring could also be to blame. Mergers, acquisitions, and outsourcing can all cause delays in hiring. If a boss or project manager leaves a company, the open position could be dropped entirely. If you suspect this happened to you, keep in touch with the hiring manager because future restructuring could work in your favor. Office politics plays into everything a company does, and hiring is no exception. If a hiring manager's boss prefers one candidate or owes someone a favor, then you might be out of luck. No use crying over this one, just move on. Sometimes a job posting is just a formality, and the boss already has a current employee in mind. Other times, a legal mandate requires government or contractor positions to go through the motions of a job interview, but really, the deck was stacked against you all along. Sorry. Often, when a new staffer is most urgently needed, hiring becomes management's last priority. That's because with fewer employees, they're too busy keeping up with the other work. There's not much you can do to get out of this catch-22, but it is probably worth sending that follow-up email. Just because you were an outstanding candidate doesn't mean there wasn't someone better who maybe had skills the company didn't advertise but might need in the future, like a foreign language or a familiarity with a specific market. And perhaps the other guy or gal just had a better rapport with the boss. On the other hand, maybe it was something you said in that final interview or an embarrassing Facebook post uncovered late in the process. The good news is that unlike other causes, this one is preventable. Be sure your public profile is flattering and you're going into interviews prepared.